Welcome back to Alpha Mama 2022. This is the 2022 podcast for Alpha Mama. Alpha Mama brings you the lowdown on books that change your lives in the self-development space. We do the reading and research so you can sit back and listen and take the steps to live your best life and move forward to a grounded life that reflects your authentic self. Growing up, I didn't feel like I had a lot of great guidance. The lack of guidance in my own life led me to make choices that accumulated me into me basically reaching rock bottom by the age of 30. I felt like I had no one to turn to, and that's when I started turning to books and researching how to live my best life. Fast forward almost a decade and I have experienced total transformation. At Alpha Mama, we believe it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The only thing that you need to succeed in your life is the belief that you can, the commitment to carry through with backing yourself and taking the action that you need to take to move forward. A beautiful person once said to me that wherever I am is where I belong. I believe that whatever it is you desire is calling you, and the desire is an invitation for you to step into your power and step towards your best life and your most authentic self. So here we are. We're ready to inspire you to take the steps towards achieving your dream life by doing the research and sharing the tips and strategies provided by self-development guides and coaches from around the world and throughout time. So to kick off the year, we are going to start with a bang. The book is The Magic of Thinking Big by David J Schwartz. Who is David J Schwartz? He was a motivational writer born in 1927. His best-known book was The Magic of Thinking Big, which sold over 6 million copies. And his quals include Professor of Marketing and Chair of Consumer Finance at the University of Georgia. He also had a self-development leadership business called Creative Educational Services. So he's got the skills to back up what he says. And I believe he passed away in the late 80s. So what are the secrets contained within The Magic of Thinking Big? That's what we all want to know. I really enjoyed this book, The Magic of Thinking Big. I think it's a great way to kick off the new year and start fresh with some motivational leadership and strategies. So one thing I liked about the book was that it actually provides exercises and techniques to practice his advice. But the bottom line basically is the power is within your mind. So you can choose how to think and direct your thoughts. Focus on watering the good thoughts and ignore and let go of the negative thoughts. That's basically the gist of the book. Fill your mind with positivity instead of focusing on the negative. So one of his biggest tips is to think big. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. So, he really encourages people to imagine your biggest, broadest, most encompassing, powerful life. Imagine your largest potential. Imagine the biggest life possible for yourself. I really like this starting point because I have heard it many times. And, the truth is we all limit ourselves and all the time through our thoughts, and we also limit other people. If one of your mates came to you, like one of your drinking buddies came to you and they said, I've got this great idea and I'm going to start a business offering people X, Y, and Z, and I want to be number one and I think it's going to be big. Most of us would just be like, all right, mate, you're being a little bit delusional. You need to calm down, or we might laugh at them and think, oh, as if you're going to be great, calm down. And as the book points out, if you told a millionaire, I want to make $1 million, they're not going to laugh at you because they've done it. If they've made the $1 million and they know that you can make the $1 million, so they're not going to laugh at you. They know there's a way because they've already been there, they've done it, they've done the work. Or if you wanted to be the CEO of a successful business and you mentioned that to a CEO, they wouldn't laugh at you because they've done it. and they know it's achievable. They know there's a way. And so in the same way, the book suggests dreaming big. Once you know what you want, you focus on it. You believe it's achievable. And that's one of the stages of the formula. When you find, and then you find ways to achieve it. You start taking steps towards it. I heard this saying once that most people do not truly fear failure. The real fear is success. So if you want to hold yourself back, you can, and we all do. I was chatting to a girlfriend recently who has been making great headway on an issue in her local community, and I said, why don't you run for Parliament? You'd be great. And she would be great. She agreed that she was interested and then spilled off a number of excuses as to why it wouldn't be possible for her to do that right now. All I could hear was her choosing to hold herself back from her greatest potential. If you don't even try, you'll never find out. You don't know where it could have taken you. And the book suggests that any plan for success has to have 3 components. The what component, you've got to know what it is you're doing. So what is it that you want? What's your goal? The how are you going to accomplish your goals? And then the payoff. Why are you doing it? What's the outcome? What's the bottom line? What are the results for you? So what they suggest is in the what component, it's built on attitudes and techniques of successful people. So how do they manage themselves? How do they overcome obstacles? How do successful people earn the respect of others? And then the how is a series of concrete guides for action. And that is something that's great about this book, because it really does take you through some very tangible, real techniques of how you can think better, and what sort of practices can you instill in your own life to try and improve the way that you're thinking and cultivate and sow better habits of thought, so that you're priming yourself towards success and towards success for your own dreams and your own ambitions. So it goes, and then finally it focuses on results. So conscientious application of your the process is basically, that's the promise, is that it will then achieve the results you're looking for, and to treat the whole plan like a scientist, as though you're experimenting with your own life. Sounds really cool, hey? So it goes on through common excuses that people have to hold themselves back and tips for how you can overcome those self-limiting beliefs. So things like excuses around health, excuses around age, I'm too old, I'm not healthy enough, I have all these health problems. And we see it time and time again, is that, people who have been highly successful have done so despite health problems, despite their age. I think he used Kentucky Fried Chicken guy as an example. He, was 67 and on the dole or something before he came up with KFC and then became a multimillionaire. Or Teddy Roosevelt, who was, wheelchair bound. So that's right. There are a number of amazing people in society, and when you look at their own personal issues, they haven't let that hold them back from what they really want to do. Everyone's got a lot of problems in their lives, and you can either take those problems and use them as an excuse to hold you back, or you can accept the fact that everyone's got problems and people still succeed despite those problems. You need to really just bite the bullet and push through if you really want to succeed at that. So, and the next step is adopting a creative mindset. So he suggests that once you have the goal, you can find ways to make it happen. he suggests that in order to succeed, you just need confidence, and you need to constantly back yourself 100% of the time. Because in order for others to believe in you, you first have to believe in yourself. And I tell you what, if you've grown up in a world where people don't believe in you, or they've told you to just not get on your high horse and you're not that great and you're it could be very hard for you to overcome that very self-limiting belief of, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do that, I wouldn't be capable of that. That's all negative self-talk that you need to cut out now, eliminate, remove it from your vocabulary completely, and believe in yourself. And he suggests this in the book as well, is that the more you start telling yourself, I believe in you, you've got this, and you cultivate confidence through action. So the more you overcome your fears, and he goes through some common fears, and then actually just do the action despite the fear, the more you build the confidence and overcome the fears that you have. So he suggests that at the end of the day, your success relies on the support from others. But in order for you to gain that, you have to completely believe in your ability to succeed and achieve success. And as we were saying before, if you ask the CEO or you ask the millionaire, or tell them, I want to achieve what you've achieved, they're not going to laugh at you. They're not going to tell you you're crazy or stupid, because they've done that. They've taken the steps to make that happen. And so really, if you want to achieve something, you need to find people who have achieved that thing, and then listen to what they say. Tell them your dreams, tell them your ideas, because they're not going to hold you back. They're going to support you on that journey, because they've supported themselves on that journey somehow, and they know there's a way. So being mindful of who you take advice from. If someone, even if they love and care about you very much, thinking about, well, hang on, what has that person achieved in their life? Are their dreams my dreams? No. Have they succeeded in the way that I'm looking to succeed? Well, do they actually know what steps are required, or what capabilities are required to achieve the things that I want to achieve in my life? Maybe they're not the right person to be asking guidance from or taking criticism from, because, when you look at the integrity of what they've done in their life, or what they've aimed for or achieved in their life, are they really the right people that you should be taking advice from? I don't know. So it's just something to think about when you listen to people around you and listen to the noise. What noise should you be listening to, and what should you be cutting out? So it's funny, because the underdog within us may resist this kind of attitude, especially in Australia. We have this slightly tall poppy syndrome, and yet it's the self-belief and the commitment to our cause that gains us support and momentum towards achieving our dreams. Building the right attitudes, overcoming your fears, having confidence and self-belief, and developing big ideas. The bigger, the better, are all tips towards how you can succeed in your life in the magic of thinking big. So where to from here? Week 1, 2022. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is a great opportunity to take some time to yourself, find a meditation space, and allow your mind to wander into the realm of your best life and dream big. And that's another tip in the book, is that it's really important to take some time aside each day to just not be, cut the white noise out, cut all the influences out, all the social media, and just give yourself, even half an hour a day to either think freely or just be with yourself and listen to yourself and find out what it is that you deeply desire and where you're going, and taking the time to actually build that self-love and that self-confidence. So if anything, after 2 years of lockdown, what do you have to lose, right? Life is fleeting and your time is precious, so make the most of it. So that was a very brief overview of The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. But what I'll do is we'll be posting a sort of breakdown summary of the main tips in the book on our website in a PDF, along with some of the just very basic strategies that they suggest. I believe you can find the book on Audible at your local library, or you could probably buy it online at a bookstore if you're into reading the hard book, or there are definitely ebook versions of it, so there are plenty of ways to get your hands on this book if you'd like to read in greater depth. And in the meantime, we'll have the summary available. So good luck with starting your journey into 2022. I think it was a great way to start. Until our next episode, you have been listening to Alpha Mama, where we take great ideas and develop those ideas into helping us become greater people. So keep it real, and I will see you next week on Alpha Mama 2022. Bring it on.